and the entire community. My name is Professor Idowu, OMO, the Chairman of Senate Coordinating Committee on Exam Results. I'm here to present webinars in this webinar series number 11, titled Integrity and Demands of Trustworthy Examination Results. Before I go into the nitty-gritty of my presentation, there are some basic terms that we actually need to define. Talking about the integrity of examination results, this refers to the degree of honesty, probity, trustworthiness, and incorruptibility that characterize an examination result, and the assurance that such results are not capable of being compromised either in the presentation, collation, processing, and publication or release of results. A number of things we actually needed to also pay attention to. That integrity of results has to do with the quality of the person that is presenting the result, that is collating, and ability of such individual or personnel to adhere to a particular set of ethical and moral principles, including honesty, responsibility, and probity. I must also say that it has to do with honesty, the sanctity, and probity means uprightness of character or actions of persons involved in result processing. Honesty has to do with refusal to be manipulated, to lie, or to steal or deceive in any way. It is a quality that puts demands on our personal and corporate ability and existence. What makes our university, FUNAAB, is the quality and the assurance that governs our results. Recently, while we are conducting examination, I have a few of our colleagues from other universities that came, and when they look at the setup and the way and manner we present our results, the comment they made was that this is a university comparing to where they are coming from. Result integrity therefore means uprightness of characters involved in result processing. Uprightness of personality is that with the head of the department, the result officers, has to also do with the SECOCER at colleges, as well as a member of Senate Coordinating Committee on Examination Results. And I must say that what makes our university is the integrity of our results. Wherever there's a compromise in this area, this will affect our corporate existence, and it will cast aspersion on the certificate we issue. Emphasis should be placed on result integrity is very, very important and very germane. Any practice that could compromise the integrity of examination result will pose a great challenge to our university system. Such practice can also threaten the integrity of our certificate that we award, as well as it can also negate the principle of academic integrity. Even though we all know all over the world there are prevailing issues about examination misconduct, results, and certificate racketeering globally, and this has posed a great concern not only to our university here, to the global university all over the world. A number of things I would like to touch in this webinar presentation. Characteristics of our university, Federal University of Agriculture. There are workflows that have been established in terms of result presentation, collation. The workflow starts with generating the draft. After the draft is done, the next thing that follows is that the result will go into the departmental review. At the departmental review, the department will look at the results and discuss the results. Knowing fully that the department is a basic unit of a university, and as a matter of fact, departments are the owner, the one that will generate result, and also the owner of result. It will move from draft to departmental review. From departmental review, it will go to COSA. COSA is a college, is a committee established at the college level to harmonize and also do a peer review of vetting of result of students from 100 level to the final year, and to final year non-graduating student FNG1 and FNG2. Leaving this that level of review, peer review, it will now go to college board. I'll start with drafts. The next step in the workflow is to go to departmental review level. From departmental review level, we have it will move there to COSA, and after COSA, it will go to college board, where the faculty members will gather together, look at the results for all departments that are domiciled in a particular college. There also result, they look into the results. There will be a peer review. Suggestion will be made at that place, and it will leave that state of review. It will be moved to the next step in the workflow, which is a Senate Coordinating Committee on Exam Results. That committee is made up of about 25 or 26 members, by the grace of God, of which I am the chairman. What the responsibility and the work of SECOCER is to act on behalf of the Senate. It's more of a house, a clearing house for the Senate. We look at the result of all the 42 departments that are made up of our university, and we also make recommendation to the Senate, which is the highest authority, academic authority in the university, headed by the Vice Chancellor. Incidentally, for FUNAAB, the sitting Vice Chancellor, Professor Obi Kehinde, was a long-standing committee, member of the committee, and is so vast about issue that has to do with result presentation, result preparation, result vetting. Leaving that stage, the result will now move from SECOCER level to the Senate level. It is at the Senate level that the result will be recommended for approval. And once you move from that place, it goes to approval level, which is the final. Some to say that result processing in FUNAAB comes in two folds. From 100 level to the penultimate year, the processing of result, vetting of the result, review of results stops at the college level. The other ones, which is the final year non-graduating year 1, final year non-graduating year 2, we call them FNG1 and FNG2. The FNG1 and FNG2 is also established, is more or less a kind of probation level, where students are given opportunity to make up for all their failures or their carryovers. And in some special cases, based on the recommendation of the Senate, there is another level, extraordinary level called FNG2 special. But like I said, result processing starts with collation of scores, compilation, peer reviewing, and vetting, and ES with approval. After result is approved, that document is encrypted in our portal. And service will also tell us that once result pass through this stage, nobody can, result that is approved by the Senate, nobody can change it. However, rooms are also made for students to appeal when they discover to lodge their appeal or to make a request. And that's why they establish what you call, there's something called amendment to results. But all these things that I've been telling us is that all this is in the purview of the Senate, and the Senate is the one that give approval. The Vice Chancellor approve on behalf of the Senate. Having said it, we need to also look at some issues that can cast aspersion on the result integrity. You recall that I started this webinar by defining what we mean by integrity. Is a key word in this presentation. A number of them I will touch, and I will also mention. Error in results in the student scores in the various courses and the entire result can cast aspersion on the integrity of the result. Some error can emanate, even though our result processing here in FUNAAB here is automated, everything has been computerized. However, because of human factor, in terms of personnel that we collate, that we compile, we also that there are areas where at times you observe candidates escaping computer logic, and that's the reason why our result is not 100%. Even though it's automated, but we did not 100% rely. That's why we ask people to, like, you know that when you are using internet to look for one thing or the other, you will get to a stage where the computer will ask you whether you are a robot or we are a human being. And the same thing applies to our result. And I must say that since our results have been computerized, we have never recorded any incidents of breaching or external illegal intrusion into our portal. Our university is also has put in place a lot of checks and balance in form of quality assurance. Some years back, the Senate decided that they also want to evaluate the result of FUNAAB, the integrity of FUNAAB result, Senate approved result in the last 10 sessions, of which I was the chairman of that committee, and the report has been sent to the university where we need to really upgrade and improve our delivery. Having said that, other things that can cast aspersion on the integrity of results has to do with the student escaping sanctions. They were talking about sanction. Due to lack of proper interpretation and inconsistency in application of rules, academic rules, the ethics that surrounds our result, and confusion of information about regulation guiding placement of students on probation and withdrawal U. When I say withdrawal U means withdrawal from university and withdrawal P, respectively. I must also say this, that what qualifies a student to remain a student is payment of your school fees. That's the first thing. A student that does not pay school fee, federal university is not run on charity, even though there are scholarships. So, if a student escape logic, sanction, with this vetting committee called SECOCER and the COSER at the college level, we had a responsibility to look at this, detect, and ensure that things are placed in a proper perspective. The other factor that can also cause aspersion, cause on the integrity of the result, has to do with lack of objectivity. As a community, academic community, we need to ensure that we upload of the result flow primarily from the student performance being measured rather than idiosyncrasy. So these are things that we have observed and have made us a university over the years. There is also another thing called lack of due diligence in checking of corrections. Like I said, that even though we computerize our results processing compilation, the founding fathers of this university count it as a matter of responsibility to ensure that beyond that we also do manual and physical checking, and that's why they put in place that committee both at Senate level and also at college level. So this committee is to check whether result is done with due diligence, and they check corrections. So because of result processing is automated, it makes it easier for us. But generally people will depend on machine to do everything for like a robot. But because the hallmark of university, and I must say this, that in the southwest Nigeria, FUNAAB, in terms of integrity of result, FUNAAB is not a part of the university that you usually had exam and they took years for you to now get a result. Once examination is finished, normal period or statutory period of marking and collation is observed. All departments swing into actions and ensure that results are prepared, sent to appropriate units, and result is allowed to go through the workflow. And from that, we also talk about unreliability. This one refers to lack of consistency in students' scores, especially when, like I said, exam is not based to be marking or measuring of the student performance, supposed not to be done on idiosyncrasy. There are rules and regulations guiding academics in our university. And the issue of untidiness in many results after rectification amendment can challenge the reliability of result. The next one I want to mention is about a failure to embed quality control and quality assurance mechanism. Our university is not a banana republic where everybody can do whatever you like. We are guided by rules and regulation. Incidentally, I was part of the first student that was matriculated into this university, and ever since this university started, FUNAAB is known for integrity, is known for quality, especially to give assurance to people who are sending their children to our university. So in every niche of our university, the issue of quality control and quality assurance is embedded in the way we run things in FUNAAB. There's another one called improper or inability to explain or clarify issues surrounding result processing disorders and error. For instance, when the university started, in my class we were just about 27 in my class. Now the university has grown over the years. In the same department, we have also about 200 students. And as every year by year, as the student population is increasing, our facilities also are being upgraded from time to time. But I want to say that where we fail, the system authority fail to address issue of disorder or error, it can cast aspersion on integrity of results anywhere, any university in the world. Result portal security threat is also another issue that can cast aspersion on the integrity of results. There was a university where I went for an official assignment, and I took time to go through to ask questions about how results are being handled. I must say that I am proud that I'm a staff and alumnus of Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, because things are done with bearing in mind that integrity is a key issue and a paramount phenomenon in the way we run our university. Our university, the unit that is saddled with responsibility as to provide a computer service is they call them ICTREC. That's where we have our server domicile. He has a director, he has a directory of professionals there who from time to time they guide the reporter jealously, and wherever that we hear rumor or whatever, we don't joke with it, we take it and address it seriously. We are lucky that in this university, tradition of our fathers are passed from generation to generation, and with this, we are able to maintain a standard and raise the bar of excellence in our university. I want to quickly, because of my time, look at what are the demands to get. Yes, integrity is good, trustworthy result is good, but it puts demand on personnel that are saddled with various responsibility. Talking about this, in the worldwide, the issue of results, racketeering and all those things is a major issue. And I must say that the issue of demands of trustworthy result processing, especially in our university, entails the list of requirements of the work of examination results processing officer. Each of the departments has one or two result processing officers who are to assist the head of the department. And like I said, that part of the check and balance is that our result processing is not stopping only at departments. It moves on to a kind of committee placed by the university at the college level. It goes to the college board, which is also another unit also that is responsible for ensuring that things are properly done and they are done with mastery. Part of the demands to ensure that we have a trustworthy examination result is that personnel that are involved, first of all, must master the way academic records are generated and know their responsibilities. In our results processing portal we have, different personnel have their privileges, their limitations. And one of the things is that you don't share your password even with your neighbor. And not everybody, even students have their privileges, but you don't have access are defined, well defined, to ensure that in the days we are that everything is internet driven. Issue of security threats is not something that you can joke with. So anyone that wants to be involved, that aims at having results that is trustworthy, must master student academic record, and he must know or she must know her responsibility. So you need information. The individual required information on the name of student, matriculation number, department, the semester, the session, and you must also know the background of the student. talking about that, we talk about something called previous results. And then when you look at our result, there's a middle column where you see TNU, total number of units, total number of credits passed, and we also have GPA, which is grade point average of the student. We must be acquainted with university rules and regulation on grading, on probation, on withdrawal. Probation, when a student fails to, like I said, that what also qualifies you, that makes you a student, that people will take you serious, is that you must pay your school fee. If you don't, students don't pay school fees, is that student that for that semester will definitely placed on probation, and there are sanctions at every level of processing of result. So individuals that aims at having results with high integrity must also know regulation that guides withdrawal from the university, withdrawal from program. Also must also understand regulation that guides rectification of scores and result amendment. There are two levels where we can address issues. You can either address at the level of results. For instance, when the results are being uploaded or compiled, there are instances where students, some escape either by one error or the other, escape being their results are being collated. The university also have given room to that. It's not a rigid thing, but it's a serious thing. It has to do with somebody's destiny, somebody's life. So we must understand procedures for seeking an approval, as well as the format for result submission and presentation either at the college board or at the Senate. There's another one that I want to also draw attention to. I call it diligence in results preparation and thorough peer review or vetting. Vetting, like I said, is done at two levels. The first one is SECOCER, and the other one is SECOCER. The lack of due diligence in checking or correctness of results, even though you automate it, even though it is computerized, is very, very, very important. Because even those who are computer professionals, from time to time they install upgrade, even like our phones, because there are emerging challenges, emerging errors, and all those things that are being discovered from day to day. Those things are addressed. So it is important for us to be diligent in the way results are prepared, and we ensure that every result must be peer reviewed, it must be vetted, so that we will not give the score poor to John, and John will not benefit from by robbing Paul. Computer literacy and securing a password is another thing that all those who aspire to be a result officer or result processing officer or result officers at the department must have a mastery. You must be computer literate, whether you are head of the department or stakeholders that involve in result processing in FUNAAB must be computer literate. And the password is like when the husband and wife sleep on the same bed, they slept on the same pillow, put their head on the same pillow, but they cannot have the same dream. So password is like that. Passwords are personalized, and you should be guided jealously. That person will need to also have a mastery of electronic score transmission, how you transmit result from one place to the other, and you must also rapid discovery of upload error. Incidentally, the way our portal is designed, recently there are provisions in our portal where you can upload even to the level of student continuous assessment test and real exam score. In the past, we are just migrating for where you lump everything together and just upload. So anybody, for us to improve and raise the bar of excellence and integrity of our certificate, we have moved to, so that in case of auditing of how student result and performance, you can trace it to the level of continuous assessment test and the real examination score. It goes beyond the final score. So that one also plays on us as academic staff, as a stakeholder in this university, to ensure that nobody cut corners, and ensure that in case as an external auditing we can do. So having said that, I want to also mention, I've just quickly mentioned about understanding of result processing architecture, the workings of our software, and the printing of result output. So, but the final one I want to say is this: to get a trustworthy result that can stand the challenge of time and challenge of any quarter, is that we must keep abreast of changes in the grading system and curriculum of our university. We must stay updated with any change in the grading and curriculum. I want to conclude by saying that preparation of results that are free of error is a challenge we must all, at all levels of academics, accept to sustain the very principle of academic integrity. I don't want to just conclude this webinar without appreciating the Vice Chancellor, Professor Obi Kehinde, who by the grace of God is the academic leader for the community. He has created and given us conducive atmosphere for us to be able to do some of this responsibility that we say. So on that note, I want to thank the IC-TREC. I want to thank the organizers of this webinar. Thank you. A number of questions came about. The ones that one says, thank you, Prof. The good explanation, sir. Sir, some students have complained concerning the recently approved results. What steps should they take to correct complaint? Like I said, the way and manner results are compiled, processed, and released give room for addressing complaints of students. Now, there are two ways you can do it. You can also do it through the score. You can do a kind of amendment to results. If you see anything that you draw your attention, and what you do is that, first of all, you must obtain a form. You must obtain a form, and that our form is usually everything has been automated to the student complaint. The other one is that when a student observe a complaint in the result, like I said, the basic unit where results are generated is the department. The student should first of all go to their department. Each student has has advisor, academic advisors. The first is that approach your academic advisor and explain. Your academic advisor will definitely tell you steps to take, because they have been in the system for a long. For some of us who are alumnus of this university, I must say that since the university started, from time to time you always see students complaining, and those things are addressed. Either you want to rectify a score, or you apply for amendment. So when you rectify for a score that there are this and this and this and this, or in a case where a student felt that he should score more than what was published in the result, the student also have ample opportunity to approach the department one, and get rectification form, which they are usually filled online, but it attracts, because it takes something to also maintain this portal. It attracts a token the student is going to pay, and once the complaints are lodged at the department and on the portal, it will definitely, and the way the architecture of our portal is done is that immediately that is filled, it will process, it goes to the lecturer, it goes to the HOD. Are you getting what I'm saying? It go to the, so the student, they can complain, like I said, for this kind of, somebody that rose this question. First of all, go to your department, approach your HOD or your student advisor, your advisor or level advisor, make your complaint there, and definitely they put you through. Things are done under regulations in this university. The other question is, well done, Prof. Please, you spoke on FNG. Please, can you explain what can make a student to have FNG, final year non-graduating? There are the duration of first degree in this university can either be 4 years or 5 years. And the third dimension is the student that has 6 year duration. Those are the student in veterinary medicine. When a student failed to pass required minimum credit unit, that student and the GP of the student is fairly strong to carry the student to go to where the student, actually, like I let me put it this way, FNG, like I said, is final year non-graduating. They have gone as far as the final year, but because they have 1 or 2 courses they failed or they carry, they are given 2 years, first year to clear that. Beyond that, second, they also have 2 years. This first year and second year of final year non-graduating is a probation time for them to ensure that let's give them opportunity for them to sit up and clear all their carryovers. I must also say that the other sanction where students are limited by the number of courses they can register. To somehow also for them, they allow them to register as much as 39 course units per semester. For them that had a large number. Beyond that, to ensure that those students was, like I said, this university is student friendly and student centered. The student also, in case a student had final year 1, FNG 1, you have 2 courses outstanding. As long as the student attended lectures and made up, had 70% attendance. And for those who are in FNG 2, as long as you also made 70% attendance, they are also courses, they have 2 for those who are FNG 1. If they have 2 courses outstanding, they can waive them and allow them to go. For those in FNG 2, 3 courses can be waived for them to ensure that they graduate. And that's all I think I can say. If you want further clarification on this, please ensure that you go to your department. But unfortunately, there are many students. There are students who will never go to the department. There are some that don't even know the name of their head of the department. This is not good enough for our students. So there is another question. What effort is made to secure the result portal? Because some students said they had access to view their result before sending concluded meeting on the same result. What the information you have shared is not true. I heard about it. In fact, I also have my daughter is also a student, and we will hear things here and there. I think the person I know that cannot tell me lies. So I called my daughter. In your hostel, by the way, have you heard about rumor that today are seeing result before the Senate approval? He said it was just a rumor. We have been hearing it too. He said, well, some people said that they only see the GPA. They don't know the exact score, individual score in different courses. I said, okay. But they said in every rumor, we should take caution. And immediately, we informed the Vice Chancellor. We also called the Director of ICTREC to ensure that we go and cross-check. But I must say that that information is not true. It's not true. It's not true. Thank you very much. I hope with this I'll be able to address it. Once again, I want to thank the organizer of this webinar, and I look forward to have this kind of opportunity to reiterate the importance of ensuring integrity of our result. Thank you. Ṣé mo sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa?
Ẹ má ṣe dúró díẹ̀ kí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì lè kọ́kọ́ gbé kọ́kọ́ stop.
Ó ti lọ.
Okay, no problem.